Dancing time. It's dancing time. It's Thursday night. I thought it was Friday, but it's Thursday. It's the Trisbrina Show. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Come on in. We're going to be talking about something really awesome today. What do you got?
I can't hear you over the music.
What? How to joyfully and playfully build a virtual online business. We'll share with you how we did it.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of funny stories on the way.
Oh, my goodness. Growth opportunities, anybody? Anybody out there who, as you're piping in, have an online business or have been playing at one, wanting to create one? We're going to talk with you about your journey and how it's going for you on the way. So we've actually been in an event all day today, which is all about virtual live events. Our little brains are exploding with ideas, and along the way, listening today, I realized how much we've learned. Mm-hmm. You know, there's a lot of newbies there. Folks are just starting to be able to broadcast from their home. And we're not talking about, hello, Ginny. We're not talking about doing anything super complicated. We're just in our house sharing love.
Yeah.
Honestly.
And the thousands of people that were attending this event with us today, ones that we spoke to, one was a watercolor painter, one sold things on Etsy, some taught technology, some were yoga instructors. Like, just because everything now, the ability to learn online, to connect online, to teach online, to share online, and to monetize online. We went from what may have taken 10, 20 years to evolve technically to it really just happening overnight in March when everything changed due to the pandemic.
And so many people are online now trying to figure this thing out.
Yeah, and the ages of the people that are in this event, you know, they're really such a large cross section. I saw people that I would guess were in their 70s, 60s, 50s, 40s, 30s. I didn't see any youngins.
You didn't see any youngins in there?
I didn't see any youngins.
I didn't. I saw some sleeping youngins. So welcome, everyone. Tristan and Sabrina here, coming in with the Trisbrina Show, episode number 5,032. And we're going to have some fun with you. You know, our live event that we've been a part of today went on break like just now. We're like so perfect.
You're talking about the one that we're participants in?
That we're participants in. It just went on break, and it was so perfect that we could show up and share with you today. So we're really lit up. Hi, Terry. We're really lit up by learning.
Yeah.
And I bet you love learning too. So we want to try to share some things today. They're going to help you grow, help you learn. I think on two aspects. One is how to learn well through online platforms. Okay, because that's something that we're all doing, whether we're teaching or running a business or not. And for those of you who want to start or grow an online virtual business, maybe we can help you out a little bit. Cool. So I've written some questions.
Well, I just want to say I so admire people who a year ago, you know, maybe like my parents would say, "I'm not technical. I don't need to do that." And with what's shifted in the world, people are now knowing how to find a live video on Facebook. They're learning how to send messages to each other through Facebook, or even learning how to text and how to receive emails, or how to do a Facebook Live, or how to talk to their family through FaceTime, how to speak to their family through Zoom. And I see, like, having virtual weddings and graduations. It's just like so the way of things.
Oh my gosh,
but
virtual weddings.
I still have so much admiration.
That's gotta be
the
hard.
way that everyone is stepping into it. And really the feedback is it's difficult until you know how to do it. And then you're like, oh my gosh, I know that's the way it is for me. All I had to do was like press that button and then that one and then do that. And I was resisting it for so long. And then life came along and told everybody, you're not resistant anymore if you want to communicate.
I think that's what we all want. Is just give me the super simple way. Give me the playbook version that works. And yes, there is some innovation along the way because it wants to marry well with you. Your energy, how you want to show up, how you want to serve. So let's just start with that. And as we're digging in here, hello Dale and Joanna. Hello Mr.
Cheryl.
Doug and Beth. Yes, Cheryl's here. This could be really fun.
You'll really like what we're talking about, Beth and Doug, because I know you guys do a lot of live streaming, and run several businesses through your home.
We had an event here in Austin years ago where a handful of folks, and some of them are here, Joanna, looking at you, Doug and Beth, and we were talking about Ginny. We've met you here in Austin as well. And hi, Virginia. So we were doing a mastermind, if you will, on like how to grow a love-based business. And there was one person in particular who was like, well, I just love you guys. And I came because I just wanted to be around that energy. I don't have any idea for a business at all. And her name was Barb. And, we said, you never know, Barb. There's a place for everybody to share love.
Yeah.
And she's all about the voice of love and just the sweetest woman ever. And so Barb Gibson was having a love seat, a love seat. And we were sharing some ideas with her because she was driving a taxi and sharing all this love with the person in the back seat. And we're like, oh my gosh, you could have a show. She's doing all kinds of things now.
You could
that
write a
birthed
book,
out of
you could
nothing.
have a podcast.
I'm just going to come and be around the love. And now she's sharing it. So
Yeah.
you never know. You never know what might happen.
Yep. I think it's just that analogy that I think about this all the time, that the goldfish in the bowl of water that can't see the water because it's so close to you. And with Barb, she actually just messaged me this week.
Oh, really?
She just messaged me this week saying, you guys were the first people to say to me, like, what you do is you channel this love and you have such a gift to share. And then to see her, with their own Facebook group and sharing that message and helping others really hear their own inner knowing, that little voice, so that they can hear that intuition is so beautiful to have been a catalyst for that to unfold.
We love participating in your lives and getting to play with you. Play is the key word here today. To playfully build or create, cultivate a mechanism for service. That word business, let's just kind of debunk that word for a minute. It sounds stuffy to some people. Business, I'm going to go to a business plan and I'm going to create a business empire. No, not talking about that.
Yeah.
Just talking about sharing love. And if you're monetizing the mechanism so that you can share more love, beautiful. That's a love-based business in our opinion.
Yep. I was just invited to be part of this roundtable discussion with female entrepreneurs. And I haven't even told you this. First of all, that word entrepreneur, I did not like that word. It's still not my favorite word because to me, I see a CEO in a suit, executive overseeing this big staff of people. And that really isn't what it means.
Just ideas.
And
right?
I realized, how did I become a business person? I still don't feel like a business person.
She runs the Abundant Entrepreneur.
I feel like, let's say with dancing, I really love to dance. And I had the ability to take a complicated thing and make it easy. So I was kind of the person that the people who were learning more slowly, I really enjoyed showing them the steps, like before class or after class or standing in front of them. And so then I started teaching some of the people. And so it was just through sharing what I love and loving to share it. And then people started paying me to teach. And then it's like, hey, you want to learn salsa? Okay, they pay me, I teach. That is a business. But I didn't try to create a business. I was just sharing, doing what I wanted to do with my time. I wanted to dance. I wanted to have creative conversations. I wanted to connect with people in certain ways. I get great joy out of taking somebody that's confused about what they want to do, and from the outside perspective, helping them see it and shape it into a venue in a way that's really fun for them. I would do that. That's just what I love to do. And that's how kind of I think a really satisfying and fulfilling business gets birthed. It doesn't feel like a struggle, although there are times that are. It feels like you're doing what you love to do.
Totally. It's all about the love. So if you're here joining us and you're new to our work, you may be wondering, why are they talking about business? I thought they teach Qigong or energy or healing. And we do. And what's cool about us as business coaches and
What's cool?
I'm going to tell you.
We're so cool.
We're so cool. Hi, everybody who's joining in right now. Welcome to this conversation about how to playfully build a business if that's something that interests you. But even if it doesn't, I think you're going to like the show regardless. You're going to learn more about what we do and why we do what we do. And you might get some light bulbs just, about what you're up to in the world. So I think of our business like a rocket ship. And when we were building that's a rocket ship right there. Can you see that? And our rocket ship has a little bridge that goes across. Oh yeah, it's one of those. And so one side of our rocket ship was the first part that was built. We had a deal with the divine that we want to help other people to unblock their energy, to get their life force flowing, to heal their lives emotionally, physically, and connect back to source, to soul, to love, to spirit. And that really is the essence of what we do. And we call that Be Love. There's a tagline for our company, which is Be Love, and it has evolved to serve love, make a difference. So Be Love is you taking care of you, just for you. And then what happened was the bridge across started to happen, which was we were certifying people in these energy arts for two reasons. One, because they wanted to go deeper, have more personal mastery, really get more access time with us. And then the second was, hey, listen, I want to share this in the world too. Or I want to add this to my coaching practice. Or, before I do an event, I want people to get into flow state. So that started happening. So there's our part of our rocket ship. And then folks were saying, hey guys, you seem to be pretty good at this whole online business thing. Can you build another leg,
and
another
offline.
part? We started offline. We're 100% online now, especially with the way the world is now. It's 101%. But this rocket ship was built. And so if you're part of the Trisbrina tribe, you're on our rocket ship, right? Which means that you're probably here for you and you love that energy work. You've gotten certified by us, or you're looking towards doing that, and you're waiting for the next one, which, by the way, is coming up really soon. And then you also want to grow your business or learn what we're doing to make it fun and playful. So let's unpack the playful piece.
Okay.
Okay. What makes our business... Here's the playful in a box, okay? Like
Tell them about the poo. Tell them about the poo.
I don't even know where to start.
Well, this was just really funny. It was yesterday, I think. So every morning we walk the dogs at sunrise.
She's always laughing.
Beautiful.
Everything's
laughing.
And
it was a really beautiful sunrise, and when it's really a beautiful one, there's a certain spot where it's so clear and you don't see any homes, and you just see this sky and all the colors, and it's just like a 2-minute walk from our front door. And so we were late. We didn't start the walk in the dark, and so to get the really good picture, we kind of had to hurry. And I always have the dogs, and Tristan walks along with the poo-poo bags because he's this pooper scooper.
I'm the pooper scooper.
And I said, well, go on ahead and get a good picture. We'll catch up. And in that little bit of time that he went on ahead, both dogs pooped. And so...
Never know where this is going.
I kind of knew where Winston did at Bentley's. It was like, it was around there. We'll go get it. And so we were coming back. And what was so clear in the moment where he went, upon returning in the grass that's a little brown because it's winter, there was so much. We're like, where'd he go? And we were both looking. And immediately...
She's so graphic.
It became like... For me, like, who can find the poopers? And when I found it, I'm like, there it is! And he started laughing, and he goes, you just said that like you won a prize. And he said,
I said you're like 7 years old.
I made it fun. And then I was walking back, and I saw where Winston did, and there are these really skinny leaves. And so I put one on the sidewalk pointing right to that. And he was cracking up at that. So when we say fun... It's really about taking things lightly, being playful, and really being the person you are. And that's who I am. Other people might not play with poo like that.
So there's your analogy metaphor for today's building a business playfully.
How you have fun, how you like to enjoy life.
Is that the lesson?
Yeah, there went those robins. Yeah, well, you were saying, what does that mean to build it playfully? So the opposite of playful is heavy, stress, hard work,
not fun.
Doing it like somebody else tells you it should be done. So there's a big difference in modeling, like, hey, here's what we do, but you don't have to be anybody but you. But the you that you are with your dog and the you that you are with your favorite clients, like where there is, you let go of that self-consciousness and you know, hey, I'm just going to be me, and the clients that like that energy, they're going to be there, and you let the other ones go.
Do you recall what that person said earlier today about business? And I said, oh no. They were saying something about having the weekend off or getting away from, do you remember how they said that?
Yes. Well, she was trying to help people kind of design a business, and she was like, first figure out what you really want. Like, what days of the week do you want off? When do you not want to work? And it was all about, it had nothing to do with business, and design your business around that. And we were both like, but when you do something you love.
The vibe of it was creating the business so that you could get away from the business and actually do what you love, which is like traveling or having time with your kids and family, which is all beautiful. But why can't the business be fun too? It's not something that you do as a means to an ends.
Yeah.
We say that our business is our spiritual practice, and therefore it's really fun. And now there are times, there have been a lot more so in the past, this is what we want to talk about today, where we did grind and struggle. In the beginning, there were a lot of moving parts, and so we were studying, and we felt that we were a little bit behind the game, and we were having to catch up because we were comparing. We were comparing to where other people were and what they were accomplishing and how much money they were making, and we were trying to be like them. Raise your hand if that's been you. I mean, we learn through comparison, we learn through modeling, but why were we judging ourselves? So that was the first thing, is really be mindful of that judgment is like driving with the brakes on.
Yeah.
And it blocks your creativity because you're trying to copy somebody else too much. We were following people who were basically telling us to automate ourselves out of the business and just make money from these products.
And then sell it.
And sell them online. But you don't even have to be there. You make money while you sleep. And as sexy as that sounds, it gets a part of your mind thinking, that sounds good. Then I can go and do this other thing that's fun.
Yeah, we make money while we sleep so that when we're awake, we can make more programs.
Money does come in now
fun.
while we're sleeping, and it is fun because we've now set up the infrastructure for people to be able to engage in the programs at any time, any place, anywhere. But we were automating ourselves out. So the point for me on this is listen to your soul, listen to your intuition. How do you want to serve and how do you want to show up? And you could probably find a mechanism or a way, a model that's right for you rather than trying to copy somebody else. Okay? Like if it doesn't fully light you up, and that's really, you got to check in. And it's back to that, is it fun? Is it playful? Because if it doesn't, because I started losing the joy, guys. I was working on the computer till 2 or 3 at night. And I was trying to copy these other people, trying to do the things that they were doing. And I was gaining momentum, but it was so slow. And I was losing the joy. So don't do that. That's the first lesson, is line up with you.
It's like right now, my mom, Rita, she's downstairs. She really loves making wreaths, like decorated wreaths.
Loves it.
If you go in her room at 6 a.m., she's got the TV on, silent, reading, and watching people make wreaths. That is how she experiences. To me, it's like let go of everything else and you only think about one thing, so it's very relaxing. Like when you do qigong, you're so present to what you're doing, you're not thinking about the laundry or are worried about a relative or anything. It really brings you right into the moment. So she would like to maybe make wreaths for other people and sell them. She doesn't want to start a wreath factory where she hires a bunch of people to make the wreaths and hire somebody to ship it. So I think that's where it got a little fuzzy for us, is people assumed that we wanted to be out of it. And I think that, and I just told you this, I was on a Clubhouse room and somebody
This
said...
is a place where people get together on just audio and learn from each other.
And then with that Rich Sheffrin, that they kind of talk about us as the couple who make it easy for people to have a business from their home and teach in a non-complicated way. People that want to like kind of with ease make 6 figures and even up to 7 doing something they really love without a lot of technology. And that's what we like. Tristan kind of likes the technology, but
a little bit, a lot less.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to like to make things too complicated. Maybe because I was geeking out on it. Maybe because I was feeling like, I need to learn all this stuff so that I feel like I know. But now I realize I know too much. Mm-hmm. It's better to simplify. Yep. Like what we're doing right here, right now, it's pretty simple. Maybe not at first blush, but if you would have seen some of the things that we were being shown today by what people are going to try to do, it's pretty intense. We've figured out how to do this from home pretty easily, and we're very happy with our setup. Yep. We have a computer, we have a nice computer, we have a nice camera. You can hear us probably pretty well. We're always improving things. We've got some lights on right now.
But you can take a phone to the park and teach a Qigong class to the dojo students.
Yeah, we figured out a lot of different ways that are playful. Like we're having fun right now. Do you see us worrying about technology? Do you see us fidgeting around with a bunch of gadgets? Do you think we have a cameraman back there doing all this? Yeah. No, but we figured it out. So now it's fun. Now we can be in flow and playful. Was there some learning? Yes. Was there some Googling, looking for the right cables and things? Yeah, that's kind of a little bit of the learn. But think about, if you're going to set up a business, what if you had to build a building right now?
Yeah.
Or you had to go sign a lease on a place. There's no lease. There's a mortgage. But there's no building, there's no lease, there's no big insurance policy that we have to hold.
Yeah.
Right? Like we know all that, brick and mortar. We're just sitting here together, this is amazing with my sweetheart and with you, our extended sweethearts.
Yeah, when I would rent physical places to teach the class and you rent it for your hour, 5 to 6, it means you don't really get in until 5 and you got to be out at 5 till 6 because the next person's coming in, and there's just a lot of stuff that is actually more difficult about face-to-face. The reason that we were attending this virtual event on virtual events, just kind of like the gossip that's kind of fun to know, is because there's this company and they did really, really big live events, and then when the pandemic hit, they sort of rose to the top, helping people have these experiences of live events. Yeah. And they kind of got famous for doing Tony Robbins this year, Mary Morrissey.
They did a big event that some of you have probably heard us talk about called Funnel Hacking Live.
Funnel Hacking Live.
Yeah.
And our friend Kim Walsh-Phillips is going to their studio to do her 3-day event and to learn how they do it like that. And she's invited us to go and MC
we are going to open the sessions and MC.
And do Qigong and movement.
Yeah.
And learn how to interact with thousands of people at a time, but in a professional studio where someone else is handling the tech. So that'll have a lot of real fun stories to share with you.
I could actually show you what some people see. This you're about to, actually I can probably drag it on the screen here. Hang on one second, kids. This is crazy.
Yeah, because right now we're on Facebook. This was through a Zoom.
This is very advanced, but this is where some of the world is going with live events.
It's where we'll be in May.
That's the chat. Look at all those computer screens. Look at all of those people. And that's all happening. And there's the stage. That's what the audience has become today.
So each of those computer screens is like a separate... they call them Zoom rooms. Those of you who have been through certification with us, we always have a very limited number of people that we take through our certification at one time, because our Qigong certification requires us to physically see your bodies so that we can help you have really good technique. So
we can have multiple screens back here like that.
So that
if we want.
You have a better experience. You have better energy flow. You master your own energy, but also so you can demonstrate better to your teachers. So so that we can really be present, we've always limited that. And you have to do that when you're providing that high level of coaching like we do in the certification. What you just saw, they weren't, that was not one-on-one. That was just like, everybody's here, like an auditorium.
That's what's happening in the world of technology. It's kind of cool to see that picture though, so you actually realize, like if you've watched something like The Voice, and you saw them starting to do things like that, right? The world has changed. It's become a virtual experience. So how do you engage people? How do you make it fun? How do you create community? We've been doing this for years. It doesn't have to be complicated. We're doing it with a live chat right now. We can see your faces. You guys can feel us. We know you. Some of us have met in person, and even if we haven't, we've met on Zoom. Like, it is totally doable to have an online virtual business with deep connections. I mean, we cry together, we laugh together, we dance together, all of us, right? Like we're doing it right now. The question about Lisa said, do we still have a physical dojo? We still rent out a space, a physical dojo, but we haven't been using it lately.
When we need it.
Yeah, so somebody else is running it, and it's not something we need to be using at this time, but if we wanted to, like we've taken, when people come here for a live event, we go to the dojo and do classes.
Yeah, like today, it's just kind of fun. Early this morning, I taught a dance fitness class to a group of people downstairs, while at the same time, Tristan was teaching Qigong and mobility to a group of people upstairs. And then we were together learning about these virtual events and how to sort of do what we do to the next level. And
we're always up leveling.
And it doesn't feel virtual, though. I didn't feel that at all today.
No. When we met some of you in San Diego for some of our VIP days, I was a little dumbfounded because I already felt like I knew you guys. Like,
or even when they came here.
Yeah, like we'd already met. I would say that virtual is the next closest thing to in-person, and sometimes it's actually more intimate because you're comfortable, you're in your home, you didn't have the stress of traveling. There's a level of connection, especially if you know how to be you. So that's kind of the next thing on mine is like what made growing the business more fun and more playful. Stop trying to be like other people. Stop trying to model what they're doing and figure out, who do I want to be? Who do you want to be? Who do we want to be as a couple? And actually start being that. Yeah. And so many of you have told us that you really love this connection and you love the way that it feels interacting with us. You have the same. When you're just being you, we're so in love with who you are and how you show up. Then another big piece for us was getting clear on the why. Why are we doing what we're doing? Like, what's the thing that lights us up the most, that we would do it even if we didn't get paid, right? Now, you need to make the monies so you can run your business and serve more people. So that's another piece of the equation that made it more playful, is we had to clean up our relationship with money. So I've just said two things that are, for us, very important. Why are we doing what we're doing? Clean up our relationship with money so we can have a love-based business and serve more people. And the last big one for me was seeing you before I met you. And I don't mean in person, seeing you in my mind's eye and feeling you. Because the why, the mission, was to serve. We said, be love, serve love. The why has been, how can I fulfill that deal that we made with the divine, that we'll do whatever it takes to help people, right? And then when you're lit up by that, oh my gosh, it's so much more fun. Then I need to do this to make money. No, the money happens because of the mission. That's my experience. What would you say to some of that's made it really playful for you? Is the video changed it a lot, right? When we started seeing people and feeling them, or somewhere.
Yeah, and I think like with anything, when you first start doing it, it feels different. So it takes a while to really like drop into being you. But the fun started when the ability to feel your energy, like you were saying, and to see you, and to confidently let that connection come right through the camera and right through the lens and actually feel charisma. But to me, charisma, they say what the root word comes from, something that means like the light from within, is allowing yourself to be seen. And sometimes the thing that we're fearing is the thing that we should move into. And I think that's a big part of what makes it fun for me, is that I actually, and it'll happen for you too if you start teaching virtually, is because of the connection. It's like I can hear you laughing, and when you put something in the chat, it doesn't feel like you're writing words. It's you're expressing what you're feeling, and so it just feeds back and forth. And we've just had moments where everyone watching something, we can't even talk. We're all just laughing so hard together. Like, oh, yeah, it was when you couldn't get any toilet paper. And Tristan was trying to say, well, we could all just get a bidet. Is that what it's called?
But, don't say this.
Yeah, but he called it something else that was just really, really funny.
I mean, it is funny, and I don't mind her saying it, but it's just
and we just all laughed
embarrassing.
and laughed. And so I think that's what makes it fun. And also knowing how much people appreciate how convenient you're making it to learn that thing that you know how to do. That my mom really appreciates that little boy in his basement that makes a wreath every day and tells you where he got the stuff.
It. Yeah.
And now his dad is filming it, and like he made his first wreath when he was 14, and now he's 21. And
that's so he's so lit up about it.
Yeah.
And he makes one every day.
But she so appreciates him doing that. And I think that's what makes it so fun is you start sharing, you share a Qigong move, you share a Qigong class, and it changes someone in how they feel about life. They were depressed and now they're not, or they couldn't walk up and down stairs and then they can. It feels good to be appreciated and valued. So it switched from, he said, clean up that thing with money, where it's like, hey, we'll teach you these classes. And at the dance school, it was like you pay your monthly tuition. Being that comfortable online and really know like you're changing lives, and people are very happy to have that energetic exchange with you to learn what it is that you're sharing.
I love it. Now, this is a perfect segue because someone just showed up who's here that is exactly what I wanted to talk about next, which is there are things that some of us are doing that aren't playful for us. And I once heard a little saying, and it goes something like this: find people who play at what you have to work at. So I have done the grind to learn some of these technology things, but they haven't been that much fun for me. There's other people who are much better and have way more fun. And one of them is here, and her name is Pat Parker. Hello, Pat. She just piped in. She said, love you. I want to give a quick shout out to Pat because Pat has helped us serve all of you. She is the person, I feel it, who's been so responsible behind our membership site. A lot of things that we didn't know how to do with websites, updating things, making sure that it's always running, that the database isn't corrupted, like stuff that's over my pay grade. And you've got to find people who are qualified and enjoy it, because what happens is Pat has an energy as she's coding into the keyboard. There's a vibration, right? We always talk about energy. Pat's vibration is love, and she cares. So as she's fixing something, or I'm like, Pat, the website went down, right? You want to have people there for you in your corner who are in alignment with you. I love paying Pat, right? I love contributing to her life because she contributes so much to all of us. So big shout out to Pat. Yeah. We love Pat. And if you are ever looking for somebody with a high vibration to help you with technology, websites, you need to be friends with her. So don't if you're live and you're seeing her right now, that's our gold mascot right there. So connect with Pat.
Yeah, I love that. Sometimes we don't realize that thing that we don't enjoy, someone else does. And I'll tell you a very quick manifestation thing that happened for us. So I was part of this podcast group, and there was a woman there speaking, and she said she was going to have a free challenge on Facebook. And I actually know know so many successful entrepreneurs now, and been in different groups with them. I've never really had an exchange with her, but she has a very spiritual connection and a very high integrity with family. And I like her Facebook ad, so something in me said, why not sign up for it, don't attend, just maybe watch some of the replays and see what you can learn with what she's doing. Because I'm always learning. And I had a dream that night, and we were like in church, and I was in a pew, and she was in the pew behind me. Pew are the benches.
I know.
And
I've been to church a lot.
You don't act like it. And she tapped me on the shoulder in my dream, and I turned around, and she had asked me something about like my background, what you had done in the past. And I said, well, early on in life, I did this, this, and this. And she goes, oh, wow, that's so cool. You don't really ever talk about it. You should talk about that stuff because that's something very unique to you. But when I woke up, my gut feeling, I think that to me, that inner knowing, God really communicates with me strongly and powerfully through dreams. And I just felt like I should attend that thing actually live today. And so I actually sat there and, looked good. And I was in the Zoom room and people were asking questions. And somebody asked a question. I really wasn't interested in the topic of the challenge, but somebody asked a question, and the question went like this, like, I used to be a spokesperson, I used to be an MC, blah, blah, blah. And when this person asked them a question, it's like I got a little chill, a little energy, and that was on Tuesday of last week. And I thought, oh, that's fun. I like emceeing. I like being a spokesperson.
Yeah.
This was last Tuesday morning at like 10:30 in the morning. I thought, that's fun. And then right then, the woman that was having the challenge said, oh, we're looking to hire someone to be our spokesperson. And I'm like, oh, I'll do it. And then I thought, I'm not looking to be hired. Like what are you thinking? It's like go work for somebody else full time. But that's just something really fun, and I kind of miss when I MC Dancing with the Stars. And Austin. I don't even... Dancing with the Stars, Austin. That was Tuesday. And then, did I tell you about it at all? Did I even mention it to you?
I don't know a lot of things.
And then...
I hear about them on national TV.
Wednesday morning at 7 a.m., I got a text from my friend saying, can we talk for a second? And so we call her while we're right after our sunrise walk, and it was like this. I had somebody emceeing my 3-day event that I'm doing at this big studio that does Tony Robbins events, but I think I'm going to have him do something else. Is there any way you and Tristan would come there and MC this event and open it up with Qigong and movement every day? Is that something that you'd be interested in? And I was just like, get out of here. Faster than fast, BAM, which is a badass manifestation.
Bam.
It's just like, that's something that's really fun for me. And then she has, her team, and her whole team's like, no, I'm not doing it. I don't want to do that.
For those of you who don't know what we're talking about, I'll show you another quick screenshot. This is where we're going and where we'll be standing and where we'll be helping to MC and run the morning sessions and the workouts and all that cool stuff. So Sabrina manifests that.
But my story is just when you really are clear, things happen so fast. And when it comes from that kind of playfulness, like, hey, that gotta be fun. And I've just been so delighted.
That's a playful manifestation nugget right there.
And knowing, I said yes for both of us because I knew that you would think it was fun. It will be like Sonny and Cher.
Oh, it's always fun. We love this stuff. We love showing up and sharing and helping people get, movement in their bodies and get them giggling and smiling. And
I know I'll be a little nervous and I'll, be like, don't know where to look, and because there's going to be this learning curve, but it's okay because we know how to channel that energy that we've put as in fear and in nerves and just kind of push it over into service and excitement. And
that's why we do Qigong. Mm-hmm. It keeps us clean. It keeps us in flow. That's why we offer Qigong training, because it's so powerful. And it can really help you, not just in your life, but if you're looking to grow a business and have more fun doing it, incorporate it into what you're doing. Do it before you have a coaching session. Do it before you go out onto a stage. Do it before you create your product.
Do it with the attendees like we
Do
will.
it with your, exactly. My last tip on being playful and creating flow is meditate to innovate.
That's beautiful.
It really is. We get into flow through meditation, whether that's moving or sitting or dancing, whatever your form of connection to Source Force is. You want to innovate. You want to innovate so that you don't stay stale. You're not staying in your past. You're allowing that fresh energy to innovate you. So you meditate to get out of the way and let the love force, we call it, light you up from the inside out. And it lights up your brain too. And you get insights, you get clarity, you get direction. And we're doing things right now that are really far ahead. Not like we were trying to get ahead, but they're kind of farther ahead than where some things are right now in the world. Now, how did that happen? I don't know. We were just trying to align what's the best way we can show up and serve right now.
Yeah.
And life was nudging us into go online more, figure this out. And here we are, and we're in the middle of a major life pivot for like every business to have these skill sets.
Yep.
So I would say the meditation to innovation put us in the pocket.
Yeah. Yep. Totally. There's people right now that we were speaking to today that are dance teachers that own dance schools that are trying to figure out how to have recitals through Zooms and through live streamings. And they were really saying that, of course, we all think things will shift and it'll be safe together in groups at some point. But with the convenience of what people have experienced now through virtual, it won't go back to what it was. Mm-hmm. It's going to become a blend and a hybrid. So how cool is this? You teach dance lessons, and you used to have, the parents come into the studio to watch the kids. But now, because you know how to live stream or broadcast, grandma and grandpa on the other side of the world or somewhere where they can't travel or they're in the hospital, they can participate. So it's actually makes the invitation to share what you do so much bigger. Yeah. And people are so much more appreciative, and people are actually willing to happily to pay for that. That grandma and grandpa so want to see their kid in that dance class that they wouldn't have been able to. Right. So this learning these really, really simple. We like to kind of get into it, like you said, a little more, but it can be so simple. Is a way that you can share your lives more with your family. We started with an iPad when we started going live. I mean, before that, it was just with a camera and put it on DVD. Remember DVDs? Oh, you still use those? That was so expensive, making DVDs. But everything keeps evolving, right? Yeah. So stay current, stay fresh, stay playful. Playful's the key. That's why we titled it this. If it's not playful, your life force gets pinched off. Like, playful opens the vessel. Joyful, the insights come. The right people, the Pats, show up when you're playfully engaging. The Nancys, the Debbies, the Lisas. All of you. You guys show up. The Joannas, the Janes. Who doesn't want to feel more playful? I think playful to me equals joy. Yeah. It's joyful. It's fun. We want to be around a higher vibration. We want to be around people that make us feel good. You know what ultimately people are buying? And I know this doesn't sound right, but it's true. They're buying the energy that they feel when they're with you. Mm-hmm. Some people will say they're buying your why, right? Not your what, but your why. You're infusing that into your program or your product. So yes, you're solving a problem for people. You're giving them an outcome. But they really are choosing you because it feels good purchasing or working with you. Yeah. And so I would say become the energy that you want to attract. Become the energy of the people. Because it's contagious. It's contagious. That's what this is all about. And that's really
Be playful.
Yeah, and when you're around people and you consume information that is in a frequency that makes you feel good, you start thinking more like that. I've had so many of our students say things to me like, I was about to do this thing and I thought of you. And I remembered this and I remembered that. So it's actually helping change some of the neural networks of the brain and shifting habits, because so many of us are just acting out of habits from trauma or repetition of things that happened to us in our past. And I think to reach the level of playfulness that we have has been through letting go of a lot of those things and stepping more and more into the frequency of just right now, no secrets, no dark corners, no grudges, no enemies, just love.
I'm going to do something fun right now with our camera. I'm just going to film what's happening so that some people, maybe we can post this later. Hi, Sabrina.
Do you want me to have some sticks?
Yeah, so Sabrina's sitting here in front of our computer, and we have a little monitor over here, over there, that's got some notes and some music ready to play. We're just on a big desk. And then right here, we have our friends who are joining us right here in a chat, right there. They're joining us in the chat, and we're talking with them. And then here, this is us live, so we can see what it looks like. And this is the Facebook chat. So there's actually two chats. We can use the Facebook chat.
This is the chitty, and that's the chat.
And we're using a little, very simple software. It's this little thing right here. And I can double click and it will blow up bigger. And that's so we can see ourselves real time. And then that's over there on Facebook. So that may seem like a lot of stuff, but compared to some of the other things we've seen,
it's a lot more than I use.
and it doesn't have to be at all that as what we're going to, I know you guys didn't see that, and I can actually do something cool in a second. I can play the video for you, but
yeah, do it.
you want to do that?
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Let's do it now.
We figured all this stuff out. In fact, we're going to do some serious deep dive trainings on this later in the year.
We have to end the show.
We have to end the show?
Yeah, we have to be back at that other place 10 minutes ago.
So we have to say goodbye.
We'll show you this video. Do you want to see it? Let us know in the chat. Would you like to see what that phone just showed?
Let's see. I don't know if you'll get the audio. I think you will. And we have a little monitor over here, over there, that's got some notes and some music ready to play. We're just on a big desk. And then right here, we have our friends who are joining us right here in a chat, right there. They're joining us in the chat, and we're talking with them. And then here, this is us live, so we can see what it looks like. Cool. And this is the Facebook chat. So there's actually two chats. We can use the Facebook chat.
This is the chitty, and that's the chat.
And we're using a little, very simple software. It's this little thing right here.
Can you guys hear? Do you have any volume?
And I can double click, and it will blow up bigger. And that's so we can see.
Well, we can actually listen later. I don't think they can hear us when this is playing.
So that may seem like a lot of stuff, but compared to some of the other things we've seen.
It's a lot about the certain way to go.
And there it is.
Okay. Okay. I don't know what you could hear because I haven't tested doing that. But if you could hear the sound, great. If not, oh well. But
yeah,
that's
pretty cool.
That's a little bit of what's happening back here. Oh, you guys could hear it? That's cool. Could you hear the video and us? You can be our tech check. That's like not as advanced. We have one layer beyond that, but that's how we can do so many things. So later in the year, we'll probably teach more of this.
And those of you who have done so many things with us and our VIP days virtually, that second monitor is that's like a few weeks old. This mic's just a few weeks old. So you do not need.
You
all
could
of
do it
that
like this.
at all.
We did it like this. We still do. We just go on our phone and we teach.
This morning, all I taught from a phone on a selfie stick.
So we have something coming up in February. If you are interested in taking your teaching skills to the next level, and you would like to, we have many certified Qigong instructors here right now. If you would like to get certified to teach the energy arts with us, you can get on the priority waiting list here. I just wanted to give you that. We will be doing some lessons and things about what this is over the next week or so, and then there will be an invitation. But this puts you in priority. This gets you the invites to the free stuff, and then the opportunity to get certified.
The first people that get the invitation are Life Force Mastery Dojo students and the people on this priority list, because like I mentioned earlier, it's some of it is real-time training with us where we can see you. So we only have as many people as we feel we can really work with at a time.
Okay, gang, thanks for joining us for the Trisbrina Show. We've got to get back to an event. We're going to dance it out. Yeah. Love you guys. It's date night at home.
Right here.
Date night with you guys. Thank you for being in our lives. We always say that, but we so frigging mean it. Like, just the joy of being with you for a little while together like that. Yes, that was eCam. I know there were some questions we may have missed. We'll jump back into those a little bit later, okay? All right, y'all. Big love.
Maybe we should do like a virtual event day where we show stuff.
She's percolating ideas for you. Okay, bye now.